guys, we are at the Rio Buffet, dinner time. Let's start from the pizza section at the very end on the left side. Depending on where you're sitting, this will be the first section that you actually hit, so to speak. The pizza is tasty. It's not gourmet, but it's tasty. You have more variety pizza here than in other buffets of this kind. The price is not actually cheap at all. That's the only negative comment that I would actually make of this buffet, because the quality of the buffet overall is average. And by average, I mean if you're not fussy about what you eat, you will like the fact that it's got a lot of dishes. If you are fussy about what you eat, and by that I mean you are aware, say if you eat at Gordon Ramsay's restaurants, then you may find this place not that good, not particularly good, certainly not for the price. But let's just talk about the dishes in detail. The salad section, it's fine. I mean, it doesn't have anything great, doesn't have artichoke, doesn't have anything, it doesn't, outstanding, no olive oil. The Greek salad is, it was fine. I mixed it with this lettuce here, spring mix, and it was tasty enough. Large couscous salad. I didn't find any of these particularly, outstanding at all. The Italian section to me was the biggest disappointment. The food was cooked as if it were in a canteen. Even this, which used to be such a good dish here at Rio, I remember years ago, and we're not talking 10, just 3 or 4. The calamari, which are these deep fried squid here, used to be so good, but actually the oil tasted a bit old, and it just did not taste high quality at all, too hard. The pasta dishes also, in my opinion, were not good enough. But again, it depends. If you just care about the variety, then you'll be fine. If you care about the taste and the texture and the flavor, it's not quite so good. I wasn't keen on. I was here for lunch too, and they had a clam linguine that was, swimming in water. This shrimp linguine doesn't look too good, does it? But again, to me, I always evaluate what they offer with the price that they charge. Now, for lunch, this was it was Sunday brunch, so it was just over $30 per person. And this is Sunday dinner, so it's more expensive. And check top-buffet.com for the details of the price. But it is pricey. And of course, now for dinner, they've brought mountains of crab legs. You have to break them up yourselves. Now, another section that was nothing special, and I remember it used to be so good, was this deep fried section. I mean, the thing with deep fried food is that it always tastes good, The key is that the oil is fresh. The Boston clam chowder was a bit heavy, but they've been heavy pretty much everywhere I've been so far. This time around, and we're talking about end of December 2013, deep fried. I miss it. There was nothing, it just felt like throughout the oil was not fresh, or I did not ask what oil they used, but it didn't feel light. These golden fried scallops and breaded onion ring were a little bit better, but still. Again, if you're not fussy about what you eat, you like the variety and that's it, then, or if you have a coupon, or if you actually are a local and you eat here half price, then you won't mind, will you? Because it's cheap. But if you actually have to pay full price, or you do not have a dining credit from the resort, which we have, and many of you can get, then, I think that if you consider the price, it leaves quite a bit to be desired, in my opinion. The sushi section, it was the run-of-the-mill sushi section that you can find at most decent quality buffets in Vegas. There is a variety there, which is good. The variety is what really attracts people to this buffet. And of course the fact that many guests or visitors or locals can find coupons and can find discounts. So if you pay half price, as I said, it's not so bad. This is the Mongolian grill. And of course, you know, it's nice because it gives you the opportunity to actually have vegetables, you know, in a different light way. So if you want light vegetables, this is a good idea. It's relatively popular. It was more popular for lunch, but I think dinner they brought other things and people are concentrated on those. I'll quickly give you a glimpse of what it looks like, the Rio buffet in terms of the dining area. It's very long and it goes in kind of an S shape, so to speak. And so basically, for example, that's the entrance. It goes this way towards the one section that I showed you. And then this is the I can't say it, dessert section, and then it continues that way. So not really a, well, it's not a straight, it's not a straight route. It's a little bit of a zigzag, so it actually is longer than one would think. It's actually quite a long buffet, and that's why some people rave about this buffet because it's actually large. The mashed potato, this is the American section. The mashed potatoes were good. You know, they weren't swimming in butter. That's a good thing. Pork chop, the prime rib for lunch was good, was not dry, which is often the case in average. But this one, yeah. I want to go back and show you. Yeah. I want to show you, it's not quite so visible now, but for lunch actually they had a lot of dishes swimming in water. I think this is a little bit better dinner. Things are presented a little bit better. I have already had quite a lot of dishes, so I don't want to try them all over again, but I don't know. Oh, so you know, I mean, the prime rib for lunch was good. The meat is good enough, you know. I think the worst part of this buffet today was the pasta dishes, actually. I think that with pasta, if you're not really careful, it sits there too long, it becomes just a solid lump. And if the sauce is not outstanding, then obviously that is quite, it ruins the whole thing. Mexican section, what an extended Mexican section. Well, this is a big buffet, big buffet with a lot of variety dishes. The disappointment, I mean, they used to have, relatively recently enough, they used to have an amazing signature. Well, two things. One was a Polish sausage. I'm not a sausage connoisseur, but I heard people moaning about that they're not here anymore. But what I actually used to really like was the Reuben sandwich. They used to have in this section here, right here, where the quesadilla is, a juicy Reuben sandwich. It was the best I've ever had in my life. I'm not kidding you guys. They don't have it anymore. We asked, it's actually being removed. So, which is a huge shame because I know for a fact it was popular. I know for a fact because it used to go very fast. So I don't think it was because people didn't like it. I think it's because they cut corners. There was a lady who specialized in that dish that used to dish them, serve them, and that's gone. I don't know where she is anymore. So they have, you know, run-of-the-mill dishes. This I still like, this section here. This is where they have a variety of Asian soups. You can see that. I really like the noodles. Now the noodles were absolutely al dente. I know it may not actually apply to Chinese Asian dishes, but they were really crunchy. They were not overcooked. And of course, I like the variety of Asian soups that you can have here. It's better than in most other buffets. And as I say, the Asian cooks here who work at this station, they really know how long The noodles should stay in there, and every time they're absolutely perfect. I would say that the tom yum, which is a spicy soup on the left-hand side, was not as good as it used to be. So overall, I think it's decreased slightly in quality, but I still really like the Asian soup section because it's not often that you find it, and it isn't bad. So at least this section here, as I say, if you are into soups, and you know, in between, after you've eaten quite a lot of bad stuff, have one of these soups. Don't have too many noodles because obviously they're heavy. Well, they're not heavy, but they fill you up quickly. And it will help you digest. This is a little secret. I have tom yum in the middle of I have it at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, and I digest perfectly. It's my digestive enzyme. But it's just a little tip that I can give you. But I really like that section, I really do. This is an relatively extensive Chinese section, and it's average. The rice noodles with vegetables, they were fine. They were fine. The problem with these dishes is that if they sit there too long, they don't become quite so good. They were fine. I cannot say anything really bad about them at all. It's not outstanding, but I think the Asian section here in general, it's actually not bad, and it's big. Of course, I love this Thai sauce. And these vegetable spring rolls, there was nothing much inside. It was mostly pastry, which was disappointing. I like spring rolls when they actually have a lot of vegetables inside. And the same for the samosas, more or less. Again, shrimp hagao. Lots of popular Asian dishes which, you know, if you like Asian food, you'll be very happy about. The problem that I have is that the labeling is all mixed up, and so I'm not showing it to you because some of it is not even pertinent. The roast duck, which is right here, I'll show you. It's a delicacy. It's a delicacy. You know, you can have Peking duck, you roll it up in some kind of pastry, very light pastry, and it's delicious, but they don't have the ingredients for that, but they at least have the roast duck. I mean, it is a delicacy if you're into that. This section here, when we were here for brunch, used to have egg Florentine, you know, all the breakfast favorites. And the egg Florentine were, the bun was actually very, very, very hard. It was disappointing. You could barely cut it. But of course, they've taken them out and they've now replaced them with dinner options. So here you have other hot crab legs, hot crab legs in hot butter. Sole stuffed with crab meat. They have it here and in other Caesars Entertainment buffets, but I don't think it's that good. I mean, if you like fish, I like fish, I eat it, but it's just a little tasteless. There's something missing and I don't know what it is. It tastes a bit like factory made to me. This one, catfish, was actually good. The catfish was good. And by good, I mean it was well cooked, it wasn't swimming in water, it wasn't overcooked, it was flavorful. Grilled mahi-mahi, and of course, clams and mussels. I was not keen on any of these steamed vegetables, but I like my vegetables to have some sort of flavoring. But for those who like steamed vegetables, at least you have the option there. And bacon and cheese baked potato, Cajun shrimp, so tasty, flavorful shrimp Cajun style. Fish of the day, I did not particularly like that. There's a little bit of country gravy, brown gravy. There was a little bit of mislabeling. They're fixing it as I speak. As I said, the mashed potato, this particular section was the best. It was drier, a little drier. You know, I don't like mashed potatoes swimming in butter. Maybe some of you do, and if you do, let me know. Chicken wings, of course, if you enjoy chicken wings. several breads with one whole grain or whole wheat section option. And I want to show you like the view of the buffet from this angle. As you can see, it's really long, and this is only half because then we turn and we go right, kind of zigzaggy. I'm sorry if I'm not too excited today, but I have eaten a lot. I tried a lot of dishes, and I'm feeling really, really, really full. So you may not want to do that. Although what happens when you're this full, you go and sit at a slot machine immediately, and then you spend 30 bucks. What am I saying? 100 bucks at least. Soup of the day. It's chicken and vegetables. It does not seem to be very popular. Las Vegas style chili. These soups, for example, these soups here are not labeled at all, okay? And I think if you don't label your soup, that's one more reason why people don't have them. And at the same time, this section here is a bit empty because it's really a long buffet, and this section here, the seating section here, it's actually always the last that they fill in. They seem to be anyway, and very few people seem to come all the way down here as opposed to staying mid to left to center. They don't have, the fruit section is quite bad. They don't have pineapple, and juicy pineapple is very important. Some of you may already know, when you eat a lot of heavy food or bad food or heavy food, you need your pineapple, juicy pineapple, to help the digestive process, because it has pineapple has a lot of good digestive enzymes. They don't have this here. And even if you don't care about health, at least the flavor of pineapple is always quite welcome. The watermelon is red, it's ripe, but it's very small. It's a very small fruit section. Maybe guests here don't care quite too much about food. There's a lot of other dishes here, but I like to have some fruit in the end. Southwestern shrimp salad, corn and black beans, macaroni salad, cranberry rice and coconut salad, and other dressings that you could add to your salad. I usually use the ones on the other side because they have Greek salad, but here you've got other options. Croutons and lettuce, that some of it looks a little old. I guess it's just been put here, and of course if it stays here all day, it dries up, so it doesn't present itself so well. But these are not the problems, I think. The problems, in my opinion, of this buffet, as I said to you already, and that is if you are a little bit food fussy, or if you care about eating gourmet food for full price, because full price is expensive, as I said. This buffet is expensive if you consider it full price. It's just that a large number of the dishes were not cooked well. In lunchtime in particular, many of the dishes were swimming in water. So it doesn't seem to be quite so obvious now, but the taste is still quite bland, unless you go for some spicy dishes, such as I said, the tom yum, which is a nice spicy soup. But that's it. The variety is the key. You sacrifice the quality of the cooking process, and you get the variety. Though, of course, you can go to Bacchanal and you can get the variety there too. You can get to Studio B, which is a lot more affordable, and you can get a lot of variety there too. I like Studio B. So the dessert section is popular here because some of the Caesars Entertainment Group buffets, or even other off-strip buffets, the dessert section is actually not very good, or at least it's not varied. It's not as plentiful as it is here. So that is a plus. Of course, I don't know if you remember, if you've seen our Bacchanal review. I'm mentioning Bacchanal because we were there yesterday. So when I was eating desserts there, I was blown away, and I ended up eating many more desserts than I would regularly. Here is just run of the mill in terms of quality, but the variety is certainly there, so you can sample so many different things. To me, when the variety is not outstanding, most things taste the same, just a lot of sugar, and I'm not sure if some of these dishes have something else, such as corn syrup. I don't know, I'm not reading the ingredients, but they tasted a little bit too sugary. The gelato here was good enough, was good, a little bit too sugary, as I said. I still haven't had gelato M Resort. But you can read the details on top-buffet.com, top-buffet.com. Now, when I say dash, it's a dash. It's not the word dash. Some of you put the word dash in their research. It's so funny. Thank you, you made me smile. So, bread pudding was fine. It was sugary, but actually it tasted very fruity, which was a nice welcome change. Banana cream pie, I like the banana section. I mean, the cream was the cream. It was different, something different that you don't see everywhere. Cheesecake, the best cheesecake I've had so far, as I said to you already, was at Bacchanal. This one, it's good. It's good. But as I said, the variety is what's going to get a lot of people excited here. Because there are a lot of dessert options. Though, as I say, some of them are many of the same. So, all in all, as I'm wrapping up, guys, all in all, if you, as I said, if you have a coupon, if you have a 2-for-1, if you have a dining credit, or if you're a local spending 50% most of the time or 25% off, then the Rio buffet, whether it's lunch or dinner or breakfast, is probably a good option because of the variety. As long as you're not gourmet, you're a gourmet food lover. If you're a gourmet food lover, I would not come here. If you have to spend full price and you have limited options, there are other options that I would recommend. So for that, I'll see you at top-buffet.com, where I go into details about the options that you have if you're budget oriented or if you want really, really tasty food. So guys, have a nice day from the buffet at the Rio, just off Strip. And if you want to know how to get here, you can read on top-buffet.com, top-buffet.com. And always nice people here, And this is, of course, the Christmas festivity celebration, or pre-Christmas, because we are on the 22nd. So, guys, see you on top-buffet.com, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.